Hello everybody, welcome to chapter 146 on my RLDR Custom Creations YouTube channel. Have I got a special treat for you today? So the Saskatchewan Woodworkers Guild is coming over here for a shop tour tomorrow, and I thought, what a better way to do the weekend edition than to give you your own video shop tour. So if you want to see what I've done in my shop, all you have to do is stay tuned. Yes, a shop tour. I have not walked you around this shop since I think the second or third video that I shot when I just started doing YouTube videos. And I remember moving the camera around very quickly, so I hope I've learned. I tried to watch for it today, but I hope I've learned that you have to slow those camera movements down. Otherwise, you need to recommend that people get a prescription of gravel before they start watching. So anyway, hopefully I shot better video today. Yeah, the shop has changed a lot. I've really enjoyed this place. Uh, my wife had the forethought to, when we were laying out how we wanted to build on this yard, her opinion was, well, you need to build the shop first because a lot of the things for the house will come from the shop. So that was really quite wise. Although the problem is I'm now an old timer and I'm still renovating houses like crazy. So, but anyway, it'll happen. I got a lot busier than I expected to be in retirement. Teaching hadn't been on the in my thought process at all. And here I've been teaching, what, two days a week, pretty much since last October. So that has cut into my shop time and my renovation time, but that's all been good. I've really enjoyed it. So anyway, rather than me babbling on here, making this video even longer than it already is, um, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to the next segment and you can see what I've done in this shop. So enjoy. Well, there's the door that I walk into when I come to my shop every day. Let me take you for a little bit of a tour around my shop. So yeah, it's pretty full in here, but that's for, well, two reasons. One is because, yes, I do have a lot of equipment. I really do. The other is because I don't have it all organized yet. But let's start on the wall to my right here, and let's walk you through what I've done. One of the things that is organized, actually a couple of things, I'll get them in the same view there. My clamp rack, which I'm quite happy with. By the way, that generator is going to go out yet, so I have more space. The clamp rack worked really good, but also I made plain chisel storage and then kind of a double door situation there. Let's see if I can take you over there. My Japanese saws and squares and scrapers and all that stuff. And on the door, we've got some measurement things and stuff like that. So, and then, well, up there, there's storage, and I need to work on that some more. I have some things that need to be dealt with. The table, I always have sanding stuff in the middle of it, and so my students kind of know where everything is. This shop, to be honest with you, I never thought I'd be teaching groups of students like kids in here, but it's, when I get it done, it's going to handle 4 or 5 students really well. So here's my portable power tool cabinet. I don't have any drawers or doors on it, or drawer faces or doors, because I like to be able to put things in, and I don't really have a place for everything yet, and that's something I need to work on. but that's just the way it is. My workbench here is actually two Home Depot Husky tool carts with welded steel storage bolted between the two of them, and then about an inch and 3/4 pine countertop covered with epoxy. And I put 4 old vices on that I had kicking around here, and that actually works fairly well for student work. That's been good. Now, I made another cabinet like the one on the right there on the left, and this is my router bit storage, which is about the only thing I'm really happy with for storing bits. And then router accessories and some surplus stuff in the back there. So, okay, this, now that I have this grinder, it's just sitting there. It's not bolted on or anything, but it makes it so, sorry, I gotta do this. The door only goes open that far. So anyway, those worked out fairly well. So, and then my side bending jig for steel string or acoustic guitars. And then my portable dust collector for my hand tools, which I've used a little bit. I did a video on it not all that long ago. So, okay, then moving right along, we've got my metal lathe, or more precisely, it's called an engine lathe. And I have a shaft in there that I'm going to fix, and I'm hoping to get started on that next week. I've just been too busy so far. One of the 3 identical scroll saws that I have, my goal is to be able to teach a scroll saw class. So we could have 3 students, and that would be great. Something no shop should be without is your standard, what is it, a 56-inch flat screen. I like having podcasts on and watch the odd video when I take breaks and things like that. It's been a lot of fun to have. A little bit of KTM memorabilia, since that's the motorcycle that I'm driving right now. Behind here is the electrical panel and Wi-Fi router and all that stuff. My welding area on the right is my MIG welder, and in the mess of all the cables on the left is my plasma cutter and AC/DC stick welder, which I can do scratch start TIG with, which is what it's set up for. And I own my own cylinders. Okay, so moving along, I got a filing cabinet in here, which because of the paper I have and plans and everything that I've photocopied and drawn, I don't want to get rid of all that stuff yet, so I'm just going to store it in here. It's really in the way. Important above that is my fridge. Got to store that super glue somewhere, and plus all the pop and stuff. So, and then above that is a model that I built for a university class, a long time ago. And up on the ceiling, my heat source for this shop. This shop has R42 walls and an R70 ceiling. So that little heater keeps this place toasty warm, even at -40. In winter, it's no problem. And then my bolt storage, miscellaneous storage, my drill press storage, which I haven't finished yet. That is also an OSB cabinet that I need to cover with pine. And let's see, moving right along then, the jointer. That's a Makita 2020, which I'm quite happy with. It's worked really good. And behind that is my fret saw for building guitar fingerboards. One of the things I try to do is I never try to have the jointer in the middle of the floor. when you're working with other people, I don't think people should be able to walk across the end of the jointer because they could inadvertently bump stock being jointed, and that could create a safety concern. So I had a couple of decorative skateboards that's when I was practicing my flames and lining and things like that. My shop clock, go bar deck, got a guitar back being braced in there now. Some of my kids' projects, this is Lincoln's project, and he's just got the base to put on yet and a drawer to build, and he's going to be finished. Savannah, building a cool rocking chair. That thing, I really like the style of it. It's going to be awesome. Oh, by the way, the back in the go bar deck, that is Justice's. He's working on that. And the two guitars on top, the Telecaster is Jace's and the Strat is Jackson's. So, and they've got their parts there and everything. So that's really cool. Okay, moving on to the dust collector. The dust collector, I would call it a first generation Clearview. And you can see by my sight glass that I put in that the barrel's full. So I've got to take and change that. The filter, I don't know, whatever Clearview is using at the time, that's the kind of filter it is. And this corner I need to make some changes to, because when I'm teaching classes in here, it's just too loud with the dust collector. You can't talk to anybody. So I'm figuring out a way to build this in. So we'll figure that out in the future. Air compressor in the corner. And then miscellaneous sheet goods, some hardwoods, guitar woods up on top of the mezzanine. Oh, by the way, my centralized air, which I haven't finished or haven't even started really on yet. I'm going to start working on that so I can get compressed air around the shop. One of the things that makes this shop different from a lot of others is I've got a bathroom in here. It's not big. And then behind here is the water heater, the town meter, things like that. This is just a utility closet. Sorry, my camera's moving all over the place here. But yeah, the bathroom has been super nice. It allows you to teach in here. Got a little bar sink, stainless, I don't know what it is. It's just a metal countertop I had bent up, galvanized probably. Okay, so heading out of the bathroom, turn lights off, and you walk into my sanding area. So behind the tripod here, see if I can give you a little better view. There we go. That's my thickness sander. And I think I'm going to have to take that thing apart this summer. I think I've got bearings. I'm going to replace all four of the drum bearings, and see what else is going on. It's making a lot of noise. And then to finish off the sanding equipment in this pod here, we have my refurbished oscillating spindle sander, and next to it is the disc sander that I bought when the school liquidated its materials, or its tools. So that's my sanding area. In this part here, there's one more sander I need to show you yet, but okay, continuing around the shop, I mounted my guitar buffing system onto a little stretch of wall here, and it's worked out perfectly. Then I took a little bit of a tool cabinet that I had and put the top over there, which isn't where it should be yet, but the bottom fit under here nicely, and I have most of my guitar tools in there, and I need to standardize that even more yet. Okay, along the wall there, that's my OSB cabinet build. The module you see with the 5 drawers in it there, that's the one I finished on camera. And I've got 3 more modules to go, and the drawer pieces are all cut and they're here ready to go. There's scroll saw number 2. and scroll saw number 3. So I'm waiting to get this counter built here and set up before I remount my grinders. So it's been a little bit tricky having a student turn, and but as you saw in the last video I shot, I was managing to keep everything sharp with just my hone. So it's worked out quite well. My turning area is still a mess. I've got tools on the wall, which it's okay, it works. But I have too much wood inside, and that's something I'm going to fix. Um, my Laguna lathe here at 2436, which I absolutely love. It's not perfect, but I really do like it. And Kylie is turning salad bowl sets, or a salad bowl set. So she's got one in a lathe. She's got her big one done, the first small one. And those blanks aren't quite right yet, but she also wants to turn salad fork and spoon. So she's going to do that yet. Oh, a bunch of softball bat blanks that I bought from Mike Hosselak a few years ago. Oh, there's the other sander, my edge sander, which works really good. The only problem with this sander is I don't have dust collection to it yet. That is a real problem. So coming back into the corner again, I've got some cabinetry here, which is stuffed and over full. Other side of the window the same, and then up top, all kinds of storage bins. And I need to go through that all and organize. I come to the conclusion that I have too much stuff that I'm not using, and if I'm not using it, maybe it's time for it to go. Here's my general lathe, which I really like this lathe. It's nice. It's a good lathe. So I'm not sure how I'm going to use it effectively with my Laguna, but I'll figure something out. I think we're gonna keep it in here. Okay, so that's kind of the turning area all done. You'll maybe look at my cabinet here from the other side. I think once I get those 20 drawers in there, that's going to make a huge difference with storing small stuff. So, okay, let's keep rolling along here. And there's my general, I forget what model number it is, but it's got a 3-horse motor. It's an 18-inch saw. It works really good for resawing. I've got a 3/4-inch blade. I was using a 1-inch, but a 1-inch is kind of big to set the way I wanted it to. So that's a really nice saw. We do quite a bit of resawing with it. A guitar there that's just sitting around. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it yet. Let's look at the other bandsaw here. Okay, this is a King. And this bandsaw, I actually bought this for the school. And when the school got rid of its equipment, I bought it. So it's a 14-inch with a riser block. They still make this saw today, and it's worked really good. It's a great little saw. I have no problem with King tools. Okay, so let's see. Let's just finish off to the door here. Now, yeah, I got my motorcycle handlebars in the way. I've got some pipe in here. When I bought my dust collector, my son came with me, and actually Sheila did too, and we listened to it run, and then we took it all apart, and all the pipe that was in that garage went too. So I think I have, other than a few fittings, I'll have enough pipe to finish off this dust collection, which needs to be worked on. Okay, so, well, okay, there's a grinder there. And this part of the shop, I had to be honest, first aid, fire extinguisher, all that good stuff. Now we're back at the door. So there's my sliding compound miter saw. I'm not sure if that's where it's going to stay. There's some things I need to figure out with that yet. But my table saw and router setup here in the middle of the shop, I think it's a little bit controversial. It uses quite a bit of space, but I think it's probably the most efficient way to use the tools that I have here. Basically, I'll have 3 routers and 2 table saws, and it's taking about 7 by 7. Well, maybe not quite. So anyway, there's storage underneath, a vertically mounted router, which I use for doing raised panels. It works really well. In fact, this edge here is cut with that router. This, by the way, is the towel cabinet that's going into my bathroom eventually. I basically am close to being done. I just need to get some time to work on it. There's going to be, well, there is a table mounted router here. And there's I just have some drill bits here because we were using them in class the other day. And my table saw, my unisaw is here. And this is going to be a little different, but I'm going to do some video on this because I have another table mounted router, and the flow on this one is going to be that way. It's a little bit different, but that way I can run dust collection pipe right down to there. So that's where this dust collection run will come down, and that will be it. That is a fret press that we've been using. Jason Jackson have been fretting their guitar necks lately, so that's why that's out. Okay, I think we've kind of been around. Okay, my thickness planer. This was also the subject of a video a few ago, and I took the wheels off of it, and it's much nicer now. It doesn't push the dust collection pipe around. It actually works really good. Besides the dust collection in this shop, I also have this air cleaner. And I know that some people don't think that the air cleaner is a good idea, but I'm not one of those. I like it. It works really, really well. And I'm glad I put it in. And I got it at a good price. I bought things when they were cheap, and then I use them as I set things up. Yeah, there's a tool chest over there with all my metalworking tools, like sheet metal stuff, doing rings, all kinds of metal stuff. My bowl templates are down there. Rags, I got to find a proper place for them yet. All my pen stuff is in here. And the reason it takes such a big container to hold all my pen stuff is I think I have 12 of everything. So yeah, I've got lots of stuff. Cordless chainsaw for cutting up blanks in here, which works good. I don't have to go outside in winter. Some turning blanks. If we have people in here watching, I have a screen that they can stand behind, which I think helps in some insurance situations. I think that pretty much takes care of the main floor. Let's take a look at some of the up above stuff. Up above my bathroom is my guitar wood storage. There's fretboards, necks, various hardwoods, probably 5 or 6 bodies that have been abandoned. There's lots of stuff up there. As far as dust collection goes, so it starts here, it runs, and we're going to run all the way across the shop. We're going to pick up the bandsaws over there, the edge sander there, and the lathe, I haven't quite figured out what I want to do with the lathe yet. So we're working on that. I've just been really busy this year, and I had no time to work on this. But the table saw, you see that Y there? That Y is going to run off to the table saw, and it's going to come down there. And then there's another Y here. That's going to go along there, turn and come down, and pick up the jointer. So, and I know the drill press, I'm not sure whether I'm going to put dust collection to that or not. I think the layout of this shop is pretty much set. Once I get dust collection for sure, it will be done. But I've used this arrangement now for a number of years, and I like it. It seems to work really well. So, at least for me. So I think that's the way it's going to stay. We're going to clean things up a little bit. I need to sort things, like there's some things in here that shouldn't be in here because they're not going to be used in here. And I've moved some of those things out as I was preparing for the shop visit. For example, as nice a bike as my KTM is, it doesn't need to be in here. It shouldn't be in here, but for now it is. So I think that pretty much ends this shop tour. So if you have any questions, please submit them in the comments below. If you have any suggestions, I may not take them, but I'm interested in hearing what people have to say. But in the end, this is my shop, and I'm going to use it as I like. Oh, another thing I haven't done yet. See that blade guard there? That's going to cover the dado head. And I'm in the process of figuring out a way to mount that. It's not going to go from that side. There's too much in the way. But we're going to take a short pipe and run it this way. And I'm hoping that I can have that done within the next year. So anyway, well, that ends this shop visit. I'll just maybe run the camera around kind of slowly so you can get an overall look of things. It's a beautiful evening out there tonight. It's a nice, pleasant shop to work in. There's a reasonable amount of natural light. It's warm in winter, cool in summer. I like it. So that's everything. We'll close this video off now. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you saw maybe things that you could do in your own shop, or maybe you have suggestions for me. If you do have suggestions or want to share a little bit what you've done, remember to make a comment down below, and we'll get that all sorted out. Other than the massive cleanup that I had to do to get the shop kind of looking halfway presentable, it's got a ways to go, but it's better than it was. So yeah, hopefully the members of the guild enjoy it tomorrow when they come out to take a look at it, and we have a good creative time. And yeah, that pretty much brings this video to a close. I would really like to thank you for watching if you are, and if you aren't, well, I sure wish you would be. Yeah, remember to like, share, and subscribe. And I'd really like to get to 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours eventually, because it is fun making these videos, but it would be even more fun if I was getting paid for it. So anyway, with that in mind, we'll see you next week on the weekly edition. And I'm not sure what it's going to be about yet, but I'm sure I'll think of something by then. So with that in mind, have a great weekend and start to the week, and we'll see you later.